How's everybody doing? So, I'm going to get on today. I pulled a card for us, Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle. And we got the card, Come to Me, Attracting Like a Rose, Receive Abundance and Desires. It will be backward for you guys. But I talked about this not too long ago, that we are in very high manifestation time right now. And the work that you put in, as long as you're doing it, remember, with good intentions, things are going to just explode. But the meaning of the card is, this card is about receiving abundance, rose style. It's an invitation to receive the sweetness of your life, to embrace the magnificence of who you are, and able to open yourself up to the possibility of receiving what you yearn for deeply. To be clear on what you desire, to trust that all that's meant for you wants to come to you, to state your desires out loud and let your yearnings be known, to ask for what you desire. Don't reach or grasp, don't strive, control, or manipulate. That will leave you exhausted, parched, and brittle. This card delivers the message that true, sustainable abundance is coming. Connect with your sensual, true nature. Be unashamed of what you desire, and when it comes, relish each minute. What do you desire? What are you ready to open yourself up to receive? And how can you attract like a flower? Now, with it being the full moon, this is a beautiful time for you to be releasing the old, letting go of the things that are holding you back, letting go of those things that, you get anxiety over. Sometimes there's just some things we can't control. So I wrote down an affirmation a while ago, and I tried to create things for my page based on it too. But it says here, the only way out is inward. So, are you sitting with yourself? Are you taking that time to meditate? Are you taking the time with you within to see what it is that you truly desire? Or are you banging your head against the wall and asking yourself, why is this not working? Why isn't it working? Because the universe, spirit, whatever you believe in, is trying to redirect you around that to something probably better, but you're not listening. I am so guilty of doing that for so many years in my life, you have no idea. The change in me has been, I can't even tell you. I've been, without drinking for about 6 weeks. I think I've had a glass of wine last night for the first time. But, it's amazing to me when you stop putting certain things into your body, the clarity you get and the beautiful things that start to open up because you're able to listen to yourself. When you have so many things that you're putting in to try and cope versus really listening to the body and asking your body, what is it that you need from me? What is it that I'm not doing to help you be healthy, is where you're failing. And I don't mean this mean, rude, cutting anybody down. I'm just asking you, if you sit back, you take a good look at what you're doing for yourself. Not what you're doing for everybody else, but what you're doing for you that's going to make a difference in your daily life. Start doing that. And even if it means just a few minutes a day, start doing that. That will make the difference for you. And habits do take, believe me, a little bit of time. Anything new generally is going to take 90 days. But it all starts here. Start talking nicely to yourself. Start being kind to yourself versus the things that I can't do that, or that's too hard, or that's impossible, and nobody is ever going to believe it. Well, who the F cares what anybody else has to say? And that's probably one of the biggest things that I've learned over time is, unless they're truly there for you, to help you, to encourage you, and to be loving on your adventure to you, that person doesn't need to be in your world. You get a little tired of the same people that, that'll never happen, or why are you doing that, and blah, 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 blah. Well, that honestly has nothing to do with you. That has to do with how they feel about themselves. So anybody that comes to you and says you can't, take that fuel, use that fuel to say you can, because you know what? You can. I've done it. You can do it. I'm just a little girl. I was born and raised, by parents that really weren't present. They had other things going on in their life that made it difficult for them to show up for me. And I don't blame them, but I survived. And I came out of it on the other end of it that, you know what? I'm okay. And I'm not judging them. I'm just saying whatever was going on in their world and within themselves, they weren't and didn't have the ability to be there for me. And it was challenging. But you know what? It was okay because my grandparents picked up for me. And those were the people that were there that encouraged me and were the people for me that, knew I could do well, knew I could do better. And I strived and I strived and I strived always to be that people pleaser. But then when I realized I wasn't doing myself any good, I was servicing them more in the sense of taking care of myself. So, life is like that tightrope of walking that fine line and trying to figure out where you fit. But once you decide where you fit and what your purpose is, and 90% of the time, you guys, it's going to be in doing something serving others, is where you will find your abundance. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. All you got to do is believe it and start putting in the practices that make that change come for you. I can't tell you what that is for you. I know what worked for me. And I encourage you, reach out to me. My email is in my page. If you have a question, if you have something that's been on your mind and it's killing you because you're not sleeping, you're not eating, you're not doing things that are healthy for you, it's time you stepped into doing something else. I know I'm kind of preachy today, but I just wanted to get this message out there and say, I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful Easter weekend. Do something that you enjoy, and the weather is going to be, sun's coming out. So I love you guys. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you soon.